Hey everybody, welcome back to Chad's Trains and Things. You can see I'm continuing work on the little switching layout part of the T-trak. I have got all the track laid, soldered, see jumper cables throughout, which look by now when it's all ballast and painted and everything else, these little jumper cables you see here will disappear. They're pretty good at disappearing on it all. But yeah, I've started with the weathering of the track. Start here, brown. I normally use earth brown. I couldn't find it, so for the 2-3 footers for this, it's going to be real brown. So I'm going to use for the ties. Then I'll rust the rails afterwards. But I've also got the car shop. It's glued down. This is where it's going for start. I had to use foam because naturally it had to come up some for the Cato track. It's a little higher, but I'll mess with that when I go do it, and they'll blend all in. And it won't be a big ordeal, but there's a passenger car that sits in here anyway, so no cars gets pushed in it, so it won't be that big of an ordeal. But yeah, I'm going to continue weathering, and once I get this track all weathered in this one, I'm taking it back. I'm going to start ballasting and putting scenery and roads and everything else on it, and try to get this one knocked out, and then start on the second half of it all. So I'll check back in with you when I have it all weathered. Okay, back with an update. You can see I've got a little more of this area filled in, kind of grassed, weeded up, bushed up around. It's all going to be painted asphalt black and weathered through there. I've got it kind of put in. Of course, there's all kinds of little cleanup stuff. This is just the first basic layer of scenery. Kind of dark in the shadow from the building, but a lot of glue, too much glue. Figured out a way to touch the back up, but the building's coming along nicely. Get it all cleaned up, track all clean once it's all dries. And I just got this little bit left to ballast and put scenery down, dry, then I can start with the cool scenery and everything going on. Once the base is done, then it gets fun. Anyways, I just wanted to show you where I'm at. Check back in with you soon. Okay, back with another update. Of course, got the first pavement black down. Take care of that dry down, I can weather it. Everything else is scenic. I've kind of added a little back road coming in here that's coming around. And it'll go to the other side of the tracks in between for where the elevator is going to be, grain elevator. This is kind of green because I figured I wanted a little bit more green because it was so gray with all the ballast. But depending on exactly where the grain elevator goes on the other module, there could be a road that comes in here to get to the grain elevator. We'll have to wait and see. But there will be trees placed back here, and a few other things, just to change it up, because there will be the skyboard back there with the whole like commercial industrial area behind it. But I just think having a few trees and the green there is gonna just help look better. Let it all dry right now. So now I'm gonna start working around here on the backside, cleaning up the rock and putting some more of the pieces that go with the car shop in place. So I'll check back in with you in a few. Okay, checking back in with you. I've got a few things glued down again. Now I'm at the mercy of letting everything dry, and I can clean the track. And that piece of track back there will be rusted up once it dries, and that's where I'm gonna put wheel sets on. So kind of like I had on the last one, I put a little piece of turf grown in. There's a tank back there, tank there. There's a tank up front. I'm actually gonna do something around that to protect them. Yeah, I kind of put bushes on the end here. It's kind of dark, so I can get light over. There we go. Because there's kind of a edge with the roadbed underneath the building, so that's how I'm kind of hiding it. There's not a whole lot to do when you got it right up by the edge, so that's just kind of my cheat to do that for now. But now I'm gonna let stuff dry, get rid of the rock off the top of the building I just noticed there. Yeah, I'm gonna let this dry, and then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna really start scenic and weathering this and scenic and getting this whole area over here done, because I'm really excited to get everything cleaned on this module and start working on the other one and get both of these done. So I'll check back with you soon. Okay, while glue is drying on all the scenery, I'm going to work on this. As you can tell, it's supposed to be white, and it is nasty. So I'm going to paint it up, work on it, and decal it with something. So let's see what I can do with it. Okay, first coat is on. I'm going to show you what I used. Apple barrel, here we go. Blue bonnet. Like I said, first coat, you can see I use a paintbrush. It's kind of thick, slide it on. the paint was not sticking to this plastic very well, so this first coat, I'm gonna let it dry, then I will use a sponge or something to go over to smooth all the paint out, make it look better. I said to get something on here so it'll hold the paint better, so I'll check back in with you when I'm getting ready to decal it. I like this blue color. Okay, I'm back. I rusted up. I put some decals on. I put the Ride of the Dashing Old Turtle Creek logo there. Oh, I can't touch it. It's kind of wet, so I don't want to touch it too much. I did not decal the back section. I can still see it. Unfortunately, it fell over and messed the decal up, but I'm going to play it to my advantage since it's rusted up anyway, to just make it look like it's coming off, which is fine. Older truck. Rusting, I bought these little sponges. It was like a pack like this from Dollar General. They work great for just dabbing the rust on the edges and putting rust wherever I want. Like I said, I'll probably put a little more rust there where the decal, just so it looks like it's an older truck trailer happening. But yeah, that's done. So I'm gonna let it dry and it will go onto the module. So right now let's move on to the next thing I need to do. Okay, while the truck's drying, I'm gonna go ahead and work on the backboard. As you can see, or you can't because it's bigger. I do got a piece of backboard cut to length and size. I do got a backdrop that's going on here, which I will show you later. But before I can put the backdrop on, I got to cut a piece out of the bottom to go where the power plugs are in the back of it. So I need to go in, measure, figure out what it is, mark it, and cut this off, and then I can put the backdrop on it. So I'm going to do that real quick, and I'll check back in when I'm getting ready to put the backdrop on. Okay, got the little piece put out where it plugs in for power. This is the front side that we're looking at. I was going to glue it. I bought brushes to spread glue out, and I started reading through the instructions for this. It says to use double-sided tape. The glue messes up the seam. I'm going to try to do this with one hand, but kind of give you an idea of what it looks like. This is just the backdrop, and it rolls up, of course. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get double-sided, and I'm going to start putting this down on here, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like when I'm done with it all. Okay. Backdrop on. It is 12 inches wide. This is exactly what gets attached to the back of the module. It's all done. I'm still smoothing out a little bit, just checking it all, but then I got to cut it here, of course, and then that'll pick up on the other module. But this is the backdrop you're going to see behind the little switching layout. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And this company does this. I'm ordering one for the farm modules too to do the same thing. But yeah, I'm going to get it cut and go back work on that and finish the small details, get this hooked onto the module, and be ready to start working on the second one. Okay, show you what I've been up to. Added some old rusty and new wheels back here on a piece of track. A couple electric poles, a couple wheels sitting around there. Just kind of iron up. Some workers, vehicles, trees were put in, as you can see back along the back. This all looking from the back side of it all. Some junk, rails, wheels, just all piled up kind of down here. Got to keep this area low because, of course, you got to reach over in order to reach for cars, and I don't want stuff really in the way. But yeah, and then there's the truck, and we'll get a better look at that when I flip the layout around. But right now, getting ready to put the backdrop on. Everything here should be dry enough that I can drill holes without anything falling. Yeah, so I'll check back with you in a second. Okay, real quick. Skyboard's on. I used 8 bolts, 1/2 inch. They are tightened, but I can take them off if I need to. Hole cut, red track power, of course. And it's on. We're gonna flip around. I might do a little bit more scenery. As you'll see, there's a small gap where my scene picture ends and the board is. So I'll show you that in a second. All right, here you go, turn around. As you can see, I was talking about, you can see a little piece of board underneath it. So we mismeasure. This must not have been exactly 12 inches. It must be like 11. So I think I'm gonna paint that brown just to blend it in, then put some scenery up just to kind of blend it all in. Make it look good, not too worried. So I didn't show it earlier either. There is the little dirtied up trailer pulling in. I like the way that turned out looking. It's really dirtied. The car's up front showing it. So yeah, I'll do that and then painting this all black. And this module will be ready to go, minus this area, which I gotta wait on until I do the other 3-footer to see what's going to happen there. It may just end up with trees, what I'm hoping, but we shall see. So I'll check back with you soon. Okay, I added a few bushes, added a tree over here. I'm not gonna lie, the little brown paint, looking at it, I don't know if the camera's really doing it justice. It looks like an old brick wall that's just back in there. Kind of like the way it looks, so it looks really good on the scene. I mean, you can tell it's kind of a painted thing, but like your eyes would be distracted by other stuff. So I think I'm gonna go with that. Like I said, this corner, I'll end up either having more trees put in it or maybe the road coming off the elevator, depending on what happens. So I'm gonna end this video here because I am not gonna paint it black. I'll do both of them at the same time. I wanna, as always, thank you for watching. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. Like the video if you liked it, and comment down below. I love hearing from you. And anything I do on this one while working on the other one, I will update with the next video, which is the other 3-footer. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Part 1 of the 2 for the switching layout is for the most part done. So I'll see you next time when we're working on the other 3-footer. Bye for now.